What is up guys, Chris here and welcome back to another unboxing video. Today we have a super exciting puzzle to look at from RevoHQ, which is obviously the store responsible for the Revomaze puzzles. Come with me. A couple of months ago I actually did a video on the Revomaze Indigo V1, which is a puzzle that's way too difficult for me and I just cannot solve it. So the awesome team over at RevoHQ decided to send me an easier puzzle, and that is the Revomaze Blue. So we're going to open it today and take a look at it, and I guess I'm going to try and solve this one because the Indigo is impossible and I can't do it. So let's go. And here is your staple Revomaze display box. This looks really awesome, and then of course inside we have the blue, and that's a really nice blue. So I guess it has a little information card that tells you all the stuff you need to know, such as if it clicks you've gone wrong, which I didn't know last time. But here is the Revomaze Blue. Let's get it open and let's take a closer look. If you missed my video on the Indigo, just some quick information for you. The Revomaze is basically made up of two parts. We have this outer sleeve, which is obviously the blue part, and then we have this inner metal shaft. And the aim of the puzzle is to navigate an invisible maze, which is on the inside of the puzzle, and get this internal shaft to come out. It sounds very simple, but it's not that easy. Hopefully, if I am able to solve this puzzle, I will show a little bit of the internals, but from what I understand, there is a pin on the inside on this silver metal shaft, and the pin is actually the part navigating the maze, and I think you have to get all the way to the end before the pin drops, and once it drops, it kind of releases the internal shaft, and it comes out of the blue part, and then you can pull it out. The problem with the Revomaze, and the reason that it's not that straightforward though, is that it's not just a simple maze where you go into a dead end and you turn back. There's actually traps within the mechanism. So if I unlock the sleeve and I start navigating, if I hear this click, it means that I've gone wrong, and it means that the pin has fallen into a trap which you can't get out of. So I've done a little bit of work on this puzzle so far, and if I can avoid the trap by going around it, I kind of stay on track. And it's a lot of trial and error. It's a lot of trying to understand where you need to go and visualizing the interior. I really want to try and solve this without using any kind of mapping. I want to keep it all in my head. But there's another trap. So it's a lot of trial and error, like I said. It's quite hard and it's quite frustrating sometimes, but I'm really looking forward to trying this out. It should be a lot easier than the Indigo, and from what I've gathered so far, it is a lot more straightforward. The Indigo has a bunch of traps right from the beginning that I've not really been able to get past, and I also don't think I understand the Revomaze puzzles enough just yet. Well guys, it's been about a week. I've been playing with this puzzle for maybe 5 or 6 hours on and off. I've been taking like 10 minutes at a time, multiple times a day, just to try and solve this thing, and I did it. I managed to solve the Revomaze Blue. This is without a doubt one of the most frustrating, but absolutely gorgeous, beautiful, high quality, just amazing puzzles. I absolutely love this thing. The blue wasn't overly difficult to solve actually, compared to the Indigo where I got just about nowhere. This wasn't too bad at all, and the RevoHQ website says this takes about 5 to 6 hours to solve, and it did. It's really, it's not too bad, except for one spot, which we'll talk about later. Once I actually got the puzzle open, obviously the shaft came out like this, and we had one pin here which fell out, and then there's a second pin here which also comes out, and once you've got that pin out, you can remove this interior part, and inside here is a little certificate of ownership, just to say that I have the Revomaze Blue. It's been signed by Chris, who's the CEO and founder. It has my Cancerous Solve name here, and it also has my serial number for the puzzle here. It's a really nice touch. I really like that that's in there. It's kind of, I don't know, it kind of makes it your own, I guess. I mean, obviously I have the personalized engraving already, but I really like that that's a feature that they have. Just shows really nice attention to detail, and each Revomaze is individual as well, which I really like. So obviously that slots in by just dropping in one of the pins, and that keeps this central shaft in place, which is really important because on the other side there's a second hole, and that's where the second pin comes into place. Now, I've been given the go-ahead to show this internal mechanism. I don't really feel like there's any spoilers here because you can see this maze, but it doesn't really help you in my experience. I'd seen Mr. Puzzles' video on the Revomaze Blue, and that didn't help me at all when trying to solve this. I obviously skipped out the bit when he did the walkthrough solve, but I'm not going to be doing that in this video. I'm just going to be explaining the mechanics, which may well be a spoiler, so if you don't want to know anything about the interior, just, I guess, skip to the end. But yeah, let's take a look. If you look right in there, you can see one hole and then another one over here. That's where your two pins are. So from my understanding, the puzzle starts here and the pin is right here, halfway between the interior and the blue shaft. And you obviously spin it all the way around this bottom part until you get here, and that opens up this maze. Now, I'm not going to go into this too much. I'm just going to explain how the traps work and stuff like that. So you can guide the pin up here, and then you have this long, deeper groove here, and you can feel the pin go down, and that's a trap if it falls right into there, and that's what causes that clicking noise. So what you have to do is you have to avoid those traps and navigate around if you want to stay on track. Now, I don't know if you can see very well. I'm going to zoom in. Some of these traps are like extremely close. You can see right in the middle there, you don't have much wiggle room. So if you do overshoot a tiny bit, you're right into a trap. It's a very intricate puzzle, and it's super interesting how it works. I thought there was some insane internal mechanism, and to be fair, this is quite insane. This is an absolutely beautiful puzzle, but just to think that is one pin going around there is quite insane. It feels a lot more complicated than that. Obviously, you just have to navigate as you go and hope for the best. It's a lot of trial and error, and I think that's why it takes a little while to solve this thing. I'm super proud of myself. I managed to solve this without using any kind of mapping. I just remembered where I had to go in my head, and it was a lot of trial and error, falling into a lot of traps, especially at one part, which I'm not going to spoil for anybody, but it's quite close to the end, and the maze opens up entirely for about 1 or 2 millimeters, and it's just very ambiguous as to where you go. You have no idea where the pin is supposed to be. That took me about a week to get through, honestly. Oops. And after that, it was super duper easy, and I managed to finish it off, but it's just thinking that even one part of this puzzle takes that long to solve. I dread to think what the indigo is going to be like. It's no secret that these puzzles are like insanely high quality. This one has my name on it, and it obviously has the Cancerous Solve YouTube name on it with engraving. These are just so nice. They're such high quality, and oh, come on. Anytime now. Come on, really? Seriously? As I was saying, these puzzles are insanely high quality. You can feel it just as you touch it. There's a really lovely weight to these puzzles. They feel amazing. And of course, there's so much craftsmanship that's gone into this. So much amazing design. And of course, there's loads of different Revomaze puzzles with a load of different colours. The blue being one of the easiest ones and the first one made, which I think is incredible because the mechanism of this is just gorgeous. I absolutely love it. Go check out RevoHQ. It's a really, really awesome store, and of course their products are some of the nicest products I've ever seen. I am super privileged that I was sent this puzzle and of course the indigo a couple of months ago. I love these puzzles. I fully support everything that they're doing over at RevoHQ. So go check them out, give them some love, and if you're interested in buying these, they are quite expensive, but the quality is incredible and the amount of satisfaction you get out of them is insane. I feel so great now that I finally managed to solve it. That is it from me though, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Remember to give me a like, leave a comment, and then of course subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Goodbye.